Jayco J-Feather 7 model 17XFD here at Haylett RV of Coldwater, Michigan. Last year, Jayco phased out production of what had been a staple of the J-Feather family, the X18D J-Feather, which was a triple hybrid. It's going to look amazingly like this one. The only difference is this is now in the J-Feather 7 family, which has a little bit narrow body. That's going to save a lot of weight, a lot of cost. And what's nice is you don't really sacrifice anything out of this model. This was one of those models that was just essentially untouched. And actually the updates they put in between 15 to 16, the J-Feather 7 series in a lot of ways has things the old Feathers did not. And that's why I put these videos together, because at a glance you could miss some of those fine details. And those are the things that will determine your long-term use, enjoyment, and value. Keep in mind, the one that we're looking at here may not necessarily be identical to the one we have in stock. So always call us or always visit our website to see what we have in stock and how it's built, how it's equipped. The Feather series here, like any Jayco, does have a 2-year warranty. They have double the warranty of anything else in this class, of which I'm aware. And, you know, that's a big statement. They're willing to put double the liability on themselves. They're twice as proud of this thing. They believe twice as much that it's going to last longer, perform better than anything else out there. It's a pretty big statement. That's a very big statement. We've got a, you know, just simple push-button power awning on here on your patio space. Just simply push one button, awning rolls out, no wrestling with a manual awning. While we're over here, though a TV is not included with this model, you do have an outside TV bracket, and it's pretty legit. It's mounted pretty snugly on there. You got to be a little bit friendly to take the bracket off here. You know, they don't want this thing falling off when you're at your campsite, especially if one of the kids bumps it or something like that. This is awesome. You not just aluminum wheels, but an equal flex suspension like a fifth wheel on a 3,400-pound, 17-foot box ultralight. That is absolutely fantastic. You're going to see a lot of lamination on this product, pretty much everywhere but the roof, which has a very heavily constructed walk-on roof, which not every lightweight has. The lamination you do see is vacuum laminated, not pinch rolled. If you need a breakdown of the process of A versus B, give us a call. Neither process is bad. This one is just better, and that's a very brief nutshell. It takes a little time to explain the difference, and I don't have that kind of time in a video. We're still maintaining a nice diamond plate up front, so we do have stone deflection. We have upgraded this to a power tongue jack, so there's no manual cranking involved here. Now notice that your A-frame connects directly to the actual frame of the trailer. That keeps the center of gravity lower on this trailer, but they're using a little bit taller tires, so it marries up normally with a normal vehicle, essentially. The bed ends here, obviously the signature of the 17 XFD here is the triple hybrid, and I'm going to sneeze in a second here, pardon me. Whew, excuse me. Something in the air, apparently. The triple hybrid is what I was talking about. The 17 XFD has 3 pop-out beds. What's neat, though, is you only need to use 1, 2, or 3, depends on how many, you know, you're camping on that given day. You don't necessarily have to use all 3 of them. And the other cool thing is when you're inside of it, you kind of realize if you don't need all 3, you can still pop an extra one out for storage space. Now, I love that all of our hookups and our dump gates and everything are right back here. We've even got a little outside utility shower to keep things, clean on our campsite, like rinse down the kids, as well as a black tank flush, which little trailers like this typically just don't have that feature. Your bed end material here, we still call it canvas. It is not, and it has not been for a very long time, but that's an easy phrase to use. It has a 5-year guarantee on it. You know, so you've got double the warranty on the box. You got 5 years here. There's not a lot left, you know. Let's hop inside here for you. Oh, before I forget, there are LED lights in a C channel under this awning. Let me flip on the switch here just so you can get the nice visual of it all. There you go, there's a switch. Doesn't seem real impressive here on this video when I'm pointing up at a bright sky. When you're not getting a backlight on the camera, it's a little more obvious and a little more impressive. So right when we walk in, you might notice we have one switch for all the lights on the ceiling. And that little chirping you might have heard tells me that my battery may be running low. So I'm going to have to kind of clip along here. This is called the brick decor, by the way. You know, again, the one that we have in stock may not necessarily match this video. Always keep that in mind. All of our windows, where you see them, they're going to have the nicer, if I can get my hands on it, there we go, nicer pleated nightshades as opposed to metal mini blinds. Overhead doors are strutted so that they will hold themselves up. All of your lighting is LED. I think I mentioned that. If not, there you go. Your bed ends are rated, forget this, 1,050 pounds. They're way overbuilt. Because if you get a kid jacked up on Kool-Aid and Mountain Dew and they're sitting on the end of it and they're bouncing like crazy because it's s'mores time and we're going camping and we're fishing with Grandpa or something like that. Well, this thing is built to withstand that overuse and abuse. So you don't have to very carefully, like thin ice, climb yourself in there, you know. I left these cushions up here so you got to see the storage that's actually right under that little bench right there, and it kind of functions a little bit as a headboard because this dinette can go down into a bed, so you do have extra pockets. These are really cool, like little kid pockets. Now, your bed mats in this are 50% thicker than what you commonly find in the business. There are some similar. They are Denver mattress brand though, so they are a little bit better grade. Anywhere you sleep in a Jayco, it's pretty much Denver mattress stuff. Spinning around here, let's take a quick look at the kitchen facility. Microwave up top with stovetop. That hood does vent outside, so this does exhaust heat while you're cooking. Not everything does that, and you'll be surprised how much money you spend sometimes, and it does not do that. Stereo here, so that you do have inside-outside entertainment because there are outside speakers. Good storage underneath, and you will find outlets around your sleeping spaces and your cooking areas in a Jayco. That's just standard issue. This is a 5 cubic foot fridge, and that's when you have a single door, and then you have a little freezer drawer in here. The refrigerator portion is only slightly smaller than the 6 cubic foot. The biggest thing you drop down to here is a slightly smaller freezer. In a little camper like this, though, you're often outside. You're not inside cooking big meals. You can throw a TV up here if you are so inclined. It is satellite prepped. That's what that little jumper over here is telling us. This is also a nice phone charging station up here. We've upgraded to a roof mount air. So instead of a wall mount AC, we have the same 13,500 BTU air system here that we have on a normal travel trailer or fifth wheel from Jayco. That's pretty cool. This little box will get very comfortably cool if you want it to. Now notice that they have both a skylight and power vent fan, so here in the bathroom it's very well lit even without lights on. We still have a foot flush stool. We still have leg room even in this smaller version of this floor plan as compared to last year. We have leg room. There's only 2 things they left out as compared to last year. They left out weight and they left out money. So overall I'd say a pretty good improvement. Also, we do have shower wall surround paneling here. Not everything in a lightweight trailer has that, especially in a more budget-focused lightweight or a smaller one like this. That's going to keep the water from your shower from damaging your own walls here. And even things like they're still including a medicine cabinet, not just a mirror. Stuff like that makes a difference. Over each bed, you have an extra little light. And this is a good time to kind of see what I was saying. If you don't need, like let's say the third bed right here, if you don't need this overhead hook is perfect hanging storage. This is the perfect place to just throw all your bags. So even if you only say are trying to sleep 4 people, either everyone, mom and dad are obviously probably going to bunk up, but the kids can each have their own space, or if you have 2 kids, they can each bring 2 friends, and you have split sleeping zones here. Live long and prosper, by the way. This bunk mat right here can fold up out of the way. You see you've got a nice little cushion padding space, so this can just be a daytime sitting bench. And there is storage all the way underneath it. This is raised right here because that's your wheel well. You will not see the wheel well back there. Now the rear sleeping space is the most privatized one, which is also kind of nice. Sometimes mom and dad will actually take the back bed instead of the front one, which everyone seems to think. It just gives mom and dad more privacy. So there she is in a nutshell. I went through this thing very, very, very quickly. I barely touched on any construction items. Like, you know, again, I mentioned this has a walk-on roof. Everything else is basically aluminum framed. You know, yeah, I mentioned the vacuum laminated sidewalls and rear wall, front walls. Your you know, the way that your beds are overbuilt, things like that. But there's a lot more to get into. And before you go making a big investment, definitely give us a call. And make sure that this is the right one for your vehicle, the right one for your family, because we want you to buy your second camper first, not do it twice. And that's what happens a lot of times. So give us a call, 800-256-5196, Haylett RV of Coldwater, Michigan. Take care, stay safe, happy camping.